You know, there are so many truths and so many myths out there about riding motorcycles. So today, I want to go over with you 5 myths about being a biker. Let's talk about it. So recently I was cruising around on the internet and found an article from Revzilla about 5 biker myths, and after I read it I thought, you know what, that is going to be a great topic for a video. Hey everyone, my name is Ty. Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate your time today. So as I mentioned, we're going to be talking about 5 biker myths. I'll be sure to link this article in the description below if you guys want to check it out. So I read this article from Revzilla and really just wanted to give my own little spin on it, and I think maybe I added 1 or 2 things, so didn't take it word for word. But let's go through each of these. I think it's good information. Number 1, the first one that was on the list is not wearing a helmet. Yep, you heard me right. Not wearing a helmet is safer than wearing a helmet. That just sounds ridiculous to me, but I guess there's some people who say that. Now, one of the things this article says that a lot of the people, one of the arguments they use is, you know, wearing a helmet, it obstructs my vision. There's certain things I can't see when I'm not wearing a helmet. There's certain things I can. Well, according to the article, again, the typical person has a range of about 180 degrees with their vision and their peripheral vision and that type of thing. And I think that it said a DOT approved helmet requires a field of view of 210 degrees. So really, everything that you need to see, if it's a DOT approved helmet, you should have plenty of field of view to see whatever is going on around you. Now, I know with me, I have a personal experience about this particular topic. I was involved in a motorcycle wreck, and I'm telling you, I saw my helmet after the wreck. I've actually got it hanging up on my wall in my office, my helmet and the helmet my wife was wearing. If we weren't wearing those helmets, I'm not 100% sure either one of us would be here talking to you right now. It was pretty rough. So I say that myth just sounds bogus to me, 100% bogus to me. So let's move on to the next one. The second myth is loud pipes create more horsepower. Now, I'm not so sure that loud pipes create more horsepower. They just create more sound, or louder sound for that matter. Now, I'm not going to get into the specifics of what pipes create more horsepower than others, because I just got to be honest with you, I don't know the specifics about those things. That's why I rely on, you know, companies like Vance and Hines and Reinhardt that I've got on this motorcycle. So I have to rely on them for the technical aspects of it. I've also heard, you know, that loud pipes save lives. I think there's truth to that as well. Loud pipes can definitely get you noticed, and I think if I was in that situation, I would want to be noticed more with loud pipes than creating 1 or 2 more horsepower with whatever type of aftermarket pipes you choose. So that would be biker myth number 2. Now, one of the other things that I read in the article was talking about ape hangers were the best handlebars and provided the best handling. Now, this article said that that was bogus. I don't think the author necessarily agreed with that. I don't know. I'm really curious about what you guys think on this one. I know that these aren't ape hangers, of course, they're just 12s, I think. But when I put these handlebars on this motorcycle, man, the handling absolutely and totally changed. It became so much more easier to navigate with the turns. Go ahead. And this is the riverfront, by the way, downtown Chattanooga, right here by the riverfront. Really cool spot. But anyway, getting back to these ape hangers, or putting ape hangers on your motorcycle. With me, I know that this motorcycle really responded like night and day. It's beautiful, isn't it? Really cool. Check that out. I forget the name of that little boat, but oh man, what is that? The Southern something or other. But you can have dinner on that boat over there. It takes you on a tour of the Tennessee River. It's really cool. Winnie and I have done that a time or two. Pretty neat. Nice little area. All right, so ape hangers, right. The author said, no, that is not true. I believe that was his interpretation. Man, I think there might be some truth there. And like I said, just going on my own personal experience, it really does feel like the motorcycle just responds better. And I've heard a lot of people say the same exact thing. Now, the author did make a good point, and he said something like, let's not confuse handling with comfort. Now, maybe that's where a lot of people go wrong, even myself. Maybe that's where I'm wrong, is that the bike is certainly a lot more comfortable with different type of handlebars. Am I confusing handling with comfort? I don't think I am. I think the motorcycle responds well with both, actually. So that would be my opinion, that new handlebars, not necessarily ape hangers, but new handlebars provide comfort and better handling of the motorcycle. All right, here we go with, what is this one, coming up on number 4. And if you know anything about me, if you visited this channel for any amount of time, you know this is a pet peeve of mine. A Sportster is not a real Harley Davidson. I've made probably numerous videos on this with numerous comments, so I'm not going to spend too much time here. But inside the article, this guy goes on to say that Sportsters are most definitely Harley Davidsons, and they're some of the best Harley Davidsons. A lot of times you hear comments and people might say, you can't really tour on a Sportster, you can't do this on a Sportster, you can't do that on a Sportster. And I'm telling you, I have friends who have toured on Sportsters. Some of them are other motovloggers, people who have toured on Sportsters. They have done iron butt on Sportsters. The only limitation to a Sportster is really what you put on it and what your own limitations are. I know with me, like riding all day on my little Sportster S, that would wear me out. Now, some people, especially someone who's younger, it might not bother them. So that's not a limitation of the motorcycle, that's a limitation of the motorcyclist. So let's not confuse those two terms as well. And that would have to be biker myth number 4. All right, and one of the last myths that I've got for you today is that roads and streets are safer than interstates because you're going at slower speeds. Now, what I've read is that, I don't know if this statistic is true, it's just what I read, but something like 91% of all motorcycle accidents that involve a rider and a passenger are not on interstates. Now, I know when I'm riding my bike on an interstate, a lot of times I do feel safer. And there's a couple of different reasons for that. Number one, you're going with the flow of traffic. You are going at a higher rate of speed, but you are going with the flow of traffic. You don't have other cars coming at you head on. It seems a little safer when it comes to that. And also, I think this is the big thing where motorcycle accidents happen, and that's intersections. You know, anytime you've got an area where cars are coming together from different directions at different speeds, man, it potentially could be a disaster. And for the most part, when you're on an interstate, you don't really have that. You're going with the flow of traffic and you're going with other vehicles. So it seems to me, my personal preference would probably be to ride on streets and roads because it's just more fun, especially when you get in curves. But which one is safer? I don't know. Sometimes I feel a lot safer on the interstate, but that's just a feeling and it could be wrong. So just my 2 cents. Well, I tell you what, I sure do appreciate your time today very, very much. If you like this video, I want you to check out the channel, maybe subscribe if you like it. I hope you guys have an excellent day, and we'll talk to you again soon.